Welcome to beautiful new CHS Field in St. Paul, the home of the Saints for State Class 3A baseball, our fourth quarterfinal game. It's a matchup of the champion of Section 6, the Armstrong Falcons, and the champion of Section 4, the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Both teams making their second consecutive appearance in the state tournament. In fact, they met in the consolation round in 2014. Hi again, I'm Jay Wilcox. Armstrong coming in at 16-9 on the season, and their lineup will look like this for today's game. Corey Gilbert, the left fielder, leads it off. Then Josh Thorpe, the DH, hits second. Troy Ouellette, the right fielder, will bat third. Matt Bachmeyer at third base hits fourth. Jordan Kuznia, the pitcher, will hit fifth. Jack Wibben in center field hitting sixth. Jack McDonough at first base hits seventh. Mitch Verbaten, the shortstop, hits eighth. And John Nelson, the catcher, will bat number 9 for the Falcons. And for Mahtomedi, defensively, Thomas Polzin is at third base. Grant Gibson is their shortstop. Trevor Moses at second base. And Mike Neal at first base. In the outfield, left to right, Alex Stone, Sam Mooster, and Zach Taylor. The catcher is Sean Noel. And doing the pitching for the Zephyrs, 6'11" right-hander Sean Jelly. Very good numbers on the year. He's going to the University of Kentucky. 7-2, 1.15 ERA for Jelly. And we are underway here in the last quarterfinal game here in Class 3A as Corey Gilbert steps in and takes strike one. And a cut and a miss, and strike two now to Gilbert. 75 degrees at game time. The previous game to this one went 9 innings with Chanhassen outlasting St. Michael Albertville, and a swing and a miss, and Gilbert quickly down on strikes. So Jelly puts him away in a hurry here to begin this top of the first. Radar gun at the stadium showing that one at 91 miles an hour. The coaches told me he's generally between 86 and 89. And a curveball, swing and a miss there for Josh Thorpe. Thorpe, 344 hitter, and looks at strike two. The 0-2, and Thorpe is able to fight it off. Like the Falcons, the Zephyrs had to do some battling to get into the tournament, as they played Eastridge a couple times late in their section, or one time late in the section, and won it 7-6 and 9. Also had a one-run game with Woodbury, 4-3. And Armstrong, of course, had to battle with a 2-game championship against Wayzata. Lost the first one in a heartbreaker, 5-4, after they were 1 out away from winning, but came back to win 4-2 in game 2 against Wayzata, the top seed in Section 6. 5th state tournament appearance overall for Armstrong, 2nd for Mahtomedi. The first was last year. Armstrong has not won in any of their previous 4 first-round games at state, so that's something that they've kind of set as a goal, not just to get here, but to take care of some business. They played pretty well last year, lost to Eden Prairie 5-4 in that opening quarterfinal game, but knocked into the consolation bracket where they saw this Zephyrs team and lost by 2 runs. Throws that fastball by him, and Thorpe down on strikes. Armstrong guys were saying, well, we know he's pretty good, but we were a little familiar with him, we're ready for him, but so far Jelly has been eating them up. Throws that fastball by him. So 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. Troy Ouellette will hit now for Armstrong. Falcons, not a great hitting team overall, but they've got some speed. They generally put the ball in play. Can put some runs together and have obviously done enough to get to this point. But they know that they'd like to get the bats going a little bit better than what they maybe have been late in the section. Ouellette, 312 hitter. Looks at a strike here. interesting for both of these pitchers, Jordan Kuznia for Armstrong and Jelly for Mahtomedi. They had to sit through the game was scheduled as a 6:30 game, and we ended up first pitch about 5 to 8. So it had to be a little tough, jitters. You're sitting around a long time thinking about getting ready to play this game. It's the same for both teams, of course, and for all the players. But I would guess the pitchers really like to get a routine where you warm up a certain amount of time before the game, and had to get that push back. 2-2 count here to Ouellette. Cut and a miss, and Jelly strikes out the side, looking very impressive to begin the ball game. No runs, no hits, and no one left for Armstrong in the top half of inning number 1. And now Mahtomedi will get their first opportunity with the bats, as they will face a good pitcher in their own right with Jordan Kuznia. Zephyrs will have Zach Taylor leading it off and playing right field, and Sam Mooster, the center fielder, hits second. Trevor Moses, the second baseman, bats third. Sean Noel, the catcher, will hit fourth, and we'll be seeing him next weekend at the Play Ball Minnesota All-Star Series as well. Alex Stone, the left fielder, hitting fifth. John Peterson, a designated hitter for Jelly, hitting in the 6th spot. Thomas Polzine at third base hits 7th. Grant Gibson at shortstop hitting 8th. And Mike Neal, the first baseman, hits in the 9th spot for Mahtomedi. And for Armstrong defensively, there's their shortstop, Mitchell Verbaten. Also in the infield, Matt Bachmeyer at third base. Second baseman is Ricky Reed. First base is Jack McDonough. In the outfield, Corey Gilbert is in left field. Jack Wibben in center. Troy Ouellette in right field. John Nelson is behind the plate, and doing the pitching for the Falcons, their ace Jordan Kuznia, 7-2 record, and like Jelly, an all-Metro selection by the Star Tribune. Jelly, in fact, the East Metro Player of the Year, is named by the Pioneer Press. Fairly similar numbers as Kuznia, 7 wins, 2 losses, and a 1.58 earned run average, 57 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 41 hits with 13 walks and 68 strikeouts. There's a look at John Hartgrove, 33rd year as head coach of the Zephyrs. Had a good talk with him before the game, and talking about some of the old battles that they used to have back in the Tri-Metro Conference days with Brooklyn Center and Doug Darnell. He said, Doug Darnell, I learned a lot from him on the way up. And Doug Darnell, kind of a legend in the Brooklyn Center area and longtime coach of the Centaurs. So Kuznia will have some work to do to match how impressive Jelly was in the top half of the inning. Zach Taylor stepping in to lead things off here for Mahtomedi. 283 hitter is Taylor. Looks at ball 1. And that fastball is up high, showing at 84 on the stadium scoreboard here. And there's a strike on the inner half. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kuznia was the losing pitcher in the first championship game against Wayzata. And a swing and a miss there as Taylor unable to hold up. 2-2. Pretty low scoring and pretty close games so far in the tournament. Boy, it started with maybe a little bit of a surprise as Northfield knocked off the top seed and defending champion Mounds View 3-2 in the opening game of the day here at CHS Field. Lakeville North beating Anoka, and then, as we said, Chanhassen 1-0 in 9 innings over St. Michael Albertville in the first game at night here. So the winner of this one takes on Chanhassen. The loser will be in the consolation against St. Michael Albertville. And just outside with that one, and Taylor will draw a walk here to begin the bottom of the first for Mahtomedi. And Sam Mooster will bat here for the Zephyrs. And taken outside for a ball, so kind of interesting. Mahtomedi, a couple left-hand hitters to start things out against the lefty Kuznia. Mooster hitting 174 for the season. He's driven in 6. There's a strike. So like Armstrong, they've got, you know, not necessarily across the board gaudy numbers offensively. Both teams play good competition. And trying to lay down a bunt, but it's going to be foul as Bachmeier comes in to field that one. A lot of good defense here on this at this tournament so far. Boy, the Chanhassen St. Michael Albertville game, got a chance to watch quite a bit of that, and there was a lot of hard hit balls at outfielders and at infielders. It ended up, you know, being scoreless until the 9th, but it wasn't necessarily that the pitchers were dominating. They pitched well, but it's very strong defense and balls hit at people too. So we'll see how this fourth game of the day shapes up here in Class 3A. 2-2 count now to Mooster. Flip to first, and McDonough slapping the tag on Taylor. And he bunts it. Kuznia gonna go to first. They get the out there. Then the throw back down to second as Taylor took a very wide turn. And Armstrong fans' eyes were lighting up thinking, hey, we might have a chance. Gets the sacrifice down. And Taylor's thinking about, I'm gonna be aggressive here, and if they're not paying attention, go to third, and definitely is back in though. So a runner to second with one out, and Trevor Moses will bat now for Mahtomedi. First, the runner Taylor relacing his shoes there. Moses has had a good year with the bat. .414 average, 3 homers, 26 runs batted in, a team high total for him. And an RBI opportunity already here in this bottom of the first for the Zephyrs. Mahtomedi, smallest school, I think, in the tournament in 3A, although their enrollment's basically identical to Northfield. Armstrong, second largest of the schools that made the tournament. Taken for a ball. Side's going to be through for a base hit. They are sending Taylor. The ball's overrun by Ouellette. And scoring on the play is Zach Taylor. Mahtomedi on the board early here on a single for Moses. It's 1-0 Zephyrs. Does a nice job. Didn't crush it, but found an open spot. Ouellette wanted to come up throwing. He overruns that ball. And Taylor scoring easily. I think the odds were pretty good he was going to score anyway. I doubt they'll give an error to Ouellette on the play because the hitter Moses did not move up a base. Sean Noel, the batter now for Mahtomedi, and first pitch swinging fouls that one straight back. Hitting .393 this year, a homer, 24 runs batted in. Also has pitched a little bit for their team. And pop back foul. Let's see, will it get out? Yes. Nice catch made in the stands there. Not a huge amount of foul ground here as compared to you know, maybe a lot of the bigger stadiums. This ballpark was kind of fit into this area here, and not it's a great facility, but not a ton of foul ground. Time was requested by the hitter there just as Kuznia was about to start pitching. Pitch taken up high for a ball there, 1-2. Kuznia's kind of gone with that slide step a couple times here, not really giving Moses much of an opportunity. if they were thinking about getting him started. Breaking ball to third. Bachmeyer's going to go to second. They get the out there. Relay to first, not in time. Bachmeyer being aggressive there on a ball not hit all that hard. I thought perhaps he'd be going to first, but he does get the lead runner. Reed attempting to turn it, but not able to do so. We're going to have a courtesy runner coming in at first base here, looks like, for the Zephyrs. And that will be Danny Larson. So Larson runs for the catcher at first base, 2 outs. And Alex Stone will be the batter now for Mahtomedi. .338 hitter this year. He's driven in 17, 1 home run to his credit. Cut and a miss. Kuznia does a pretty good job of holding base runners. Varies his delivery. Sometimes he'll go with that higher leg kick, sometimes a quick slide step. And that one misses up high. And fouled back into the screen by Alex Stone. Runner is going, swing and a miss, and Kuznia gets the strikeout of Stone. So the Zephyrs are done in the first. However, they do draw first blood here. 1 run in the inning on 1 base hit. No errors and 1 left aboard. After an inning complete, it is 1-0 Mahtomedi here in the State 3A tournament.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Welcome back here to CHS Field. Armstrong trailing it 1-0 to get it started here. Matt Bachmeyer, Jordan Kuznia, Jack Wibben will hit against the tall, lanky right-hander Jelly for the Zephyrs, 6'11". And he was good in that first inning. He struck out Gilbert, Thorpe, and Ouellette. Pitch nearly hitting Bachmeyer there. Down to second, knocked down with the bare hand, throw to first base is in time. Oh my, what a play there. Moses, this ball bounced back away from him. He was going to try and glove it, watch it take a crazy hop, knocks it down with the bare hand and still gets him. Phenomenal play there by the Zephyrs second baseman, although I'm not 100% convinced he was really out. It was such a good play. So Kuznia will hit here for Armstrong. Here's a look as the throw made. Very, very, very close play, and he's clearly safe. So it's such a good play by the second baseman. He gets the benefit of the doubt there, but looked like Bachmeyer just barely had it beat. So look at Brian Sobiak bringing the Falcons back here into the state tournament. That was kind of interesting. There's a walk drawn by Kuznetsov, first base runner of the game for the Falcons. Kind of interesting before the game, Brian. You were talking about that last close call there, and he said he had been watching games all day here, and he said, to be honest, I've seen a lot of coaches do an awful lot of complaining to the umpires, and he said, I'm fighting that. I don't want to do that. I don't. Runner coming in here is Noah Worden at first base. So Jack Wibben will be the hitter now for Armstrong, a center fielder, number 6 hitter, as they get their first base runner against Jelly. Flip over to first base, Worden diving back in. Wibben had a huge hit, a triple in that section championship game. Knocked in a run. Squares to bunt, takes a strike instead. Wibben was telling me that, you know, he'd been kind of slumping prior to that game. His average had fallen off, you know, to lower than he would like. It came through with a big hit and also pitched 6 strong innings in that game as well. And lines it out to right field. That'll be in for a base hit. Worden takes a turn and will head to third. Wibben in at first base. Runners at the corners for the Falcons with 1 out. So Jelly had an easy first inning, but now a walk and then a single here for the Falcons, and they've got a threat going here in this second inning. Jack McDonough will bat now for Armstrong. McDonough went 0 for 3 in game 2 of the Section 6 championship. Squaring here, pitch taken for a ball. Armstrong is a team that generally likes to be active on the bases, and wouldn't be a huge surprise to see, you know, bunt or hit and run, things like that. Runner from first is going and not going to make a throw down as Wibben into second base. Pitch was low and tough one to handle there anyway for catcher Noel, and wasn't going to take any chances. So second and third went out now for McDonough, and he's ahead in the count. That one nips the outside corner, 2-1. Third baseman Polzien's up at the edge of the grass. The other infielder's back at medium depth. Down to short, bobbled there, a run will score. Throw to first base in time, McDonough is out, but he drives in a run as Worden comes in to score, and it is 1-1. See Wibben having to head back to second, bobbled there by Grant Gibson. And that run was going to score either way here, it looks like, as Worden, Mahtomedi playing at a depth that they were not really looking to cut the run off at the plate there, just get the sure out. So Mitchell Verbaeten hits now in a 1-1 ball game. Wibben at second, and now 2 gone. Verbaeten got hit up high. Coming up. It looks like the back of his left arm there. Jelly letting him know he didn't mean it there. And John Nelson will be the hitter here for the Falcons, with runners at first and second and 2 gone. Verbaeten trying to get that arm loosened up. I imagine It appeared to, well, easy to say from here, but it appeared to hit him in a spot maybe that wasn't as bad as it could have been. It looked like kind of the back, the tricep area. Would have been worse if it had hit, directly on a bone. Throw down to second, and Wibben diving back in. Good strong throw from Noel there. So Jelly was dominant in the first inning, but the Falcons have gotten to him a little bit here in the second. Tied the game up and still hitting with 2 on and 2 out. Nelson squaring around, takes a strike. Nelson was 1 for 4 in game 2 of the Section 6 championship. And outside with that one, 2 balls and a strike. And now 2-2 as comes back fastball at about 89 miles per hour. Jelly trying to get out of trouble here as Armstrong has scored once. Lifted back foul, and this one out of play. And the 2-2 pitch is outside. Count running full now to the number 9 hitter Nelson. Gilbert on deck for the Falcons. Pickoff play on, and they've got Wibben. Flip to third. Wibben caught in the rundown. Making him throw the ball a little bit anyway, but finally the tag is applied and Wibben is out. So the threat ends. The Falcons do tie it up though. 1 run in the inning on 1 base hit. No Zephyrs errors and 1 left aboard. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It is 1-1 now. The Falcons and the Zephyrs on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Oh dear, I can't afford that.
Charge it. You can pay it off later.
Not so fast, credit card guy.
Savings Man.
Don't let him entice you, ma'am. Credit card guy can lead you to big trouble. You need a savings plan.
You're right, Savings Man.
Get this ballpark estimate worksheet at choosetosave.org. It will help you get started.
Gee, thanks, Savings Man.
No, thank you.
So visit choosetosave.org and get your ballpark estimate today.
Welcome back here to CHS Field, the State Class 3A Baseball Tournament quarterfinals. Armstrong and Mahtomedi as we go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It'll be Peterson, Polzine, and Gibson to hit against Jordan Kuznia. Peterson, the DH today for Mahtomedi, at 364 average this year. He's driven in 22. And Kuznia misses outside with ball 1. Rip and a miss there. And even up now at a ball and a strike here to the Zephyrs. DH leading off the second inning here. And now 1-2. Breaking ball fouled back. And now 2-2. Of course, the tournament in Class 3A and A moved back a day by rain. The AA teams in St. Cloud did get a chance to play their first game, so. But the championships have been moved to Monday at Target Field. Perfect weather for this Friday of games here at CHS Field. It's 75 degrees still at game time of this one. Liner, but going to be fouled down the right field line. Bounces around and actually back out onto the field of play, so that will be asked to go retrieve that one. And they'll throw that out of play as it bounced around on the concrete over there and off some chairs. Make sure it's not too nicked up. Breaking ball on the outside corner and a called third strike. Peterson takes the pitch right on the outer part. Or did it curve around the plate? If you're a Zephyr fan, that's probably what you're saying right there for sure. Polzin will be the hitter now for Mahtomedi, the third baseman. And a fastball on the inner part for a strike. Polzin, a .324 hitter this year for the Zephyrs. He's knocked in 10. A little late on that fastball and drives it off the facing of the area above the club seating. Oh, 2 pitch here to Polzin. And there's a called third strike. Nelson bobbles it and will throw down to first base for the out. So Kuznia has now fanned the last 3 hitters. The last one of the first inning and then the first 2 here in the second. And Kuznia getting a little chuckle there. Nelson was actually, which he often does in those situations, standing up out of his crouch, wanting a real high fastball to see if he could get him to chase. They got the called third strike, and I think it kind of surprised him, and he ended up dropping the ball, but no harm done. Grant Gibson, the shortstop, fouls the first pitch off. Grant hitting at .274 coming in, and that one hits him. Took one off the hip. And so each team has now been hit by a pitch, and Mike Neal will be the batter here for Mahtomedi. Neal hitting at .300 for the season. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Driven in 9 runs this year for the Zephyrs. Kuznia tossed to first. Rip and a miss. Missed inside with that breaking ball. 1-2 now. And pounded to third. Nice stop by Bachmeyer and comes up throwing. Very nice play by Matt Bachmeyer as he dived to his left to knock that one down. For the Zephyrs in the second, no runs, no hits. There were no errors and 1 left aboard. We've completed 2 innings. Each team has a run here. The Falcons and the Zephyrs on 12 Sports.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills 1 person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. A public service reminder from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. Speak out against distracted driving at decidetodrive.org.
We head to inning number 3 here in the State 3A quarterfinals. Sean Jelly getting set to pitch to Nelson, who of course gets back in there with a 0-0 count after his teammate Wibben was picked off to end the second inning. Takes a first pitch strike. Jelly sailed through the Falcons in the first. He struck out the side, but then in the second, after a ground out, he allowed a walk and then a single and then a ground out that drove in a run, and he also hit a batter. And he brushes Nelson back with that one. Leaning back out of the way, 1-2. Tap down to second. And firing over to first to get the out there is Moses. So 1 gone here in the third, and Corey Gilbert will be the batter here for Armstrong. And that one is a strike. Gilbert, I think, asking, did you rule I offered, or was the pitch over the plate? And either way, a strike, but he just wanted to be sure. And a cut and a miss. Rip and a miss again, and Gilbert quickly down on strike. Same result as the first time around. And Josh Thorpe will be the hitter now for the Falcons. Comes back, just throws that high heat past him. Thorpe knocking it down. Oh, and knocked away. It looked like that probably. Here's Thorpe turning and going for 2. And he is going to be in safely at second. Looked like that ball was going to be playable for Gibson, the shortstop, but coming over and knocking it really away from him was the third baseman, Polzine. See how they're going to score that one. It's going to be ruled a base hit. And Thorpe, then digging hard, alertly realizing that he had a chance to get second on that play. Kind of a gamble, but he makes it work. So runner on second, 2 outs for Troy Ouellette. That one taken for a strike. Ouellette struck out his first time up. Opposite back foul and out of play. 0-2 pitch coming here to Ouellette. And lining it out to left center, hits it pretty well. A long run, and the catch is made as they nearly collide. Alex Stone, the left fielder, winds up with that one in his mitt as the center fielder, Mooster, thought he had a beat on it. And they are fortunate that this ball stayed in the glove there, and it is indeed the left fielder with the catch. So Armstrong done in the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. We're still tied up 1-1 here on 12 Sports.
I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
We go to the bottom of 3 here at CHS Field, and a 1-1 tie. Pretty interesting ball game so far here, as both pitchers have fared well, but also been, had some base runners against them too. Top of the order for Mahtomedi is Zach Taylor stepping in against Kuznia, and swung from the heels there, didn't get it, strike 1. Zach walked and scored Mahtomedi's run in the first inning. And strike 2. Third ball hangs up high. A ball and 2 strikes now to Taylor, the right fielder for Mahtomedi and the leadoff man in their order. And now 2-2. That one on the gun at 68 miles an hour, so quite a contrast. Kuznia's fastball has generally been in the low 80s, and fought off there by Taylor. He asked for time but was not granted it, as Kuznia had just started to swing into his motion. So Taylor had to kind of hurriedly get the hands back ready, and he just fought that one off. And a called third strike on the outside corner there, as Taylor caught looking. 4th strikeout for Jordan Kuznia, and Mooster will be the batter. Just catches the edge of the corner here. Got a pretty good look from where I'm sitting, pretty much right above home plate, and I think that one was certainly close enough to be a strike. And there it is, another one, same spot. Mooster, who had to sacrifice his first time up. Outside with that one, 1-1. Slices it foul down the left field line. Down to second, Reed. Flipping to McDonough, and 2 gone. Trevor Moses will step in here for Mahtomedi. Never routine play there for Reed. Got over, got set up in front of it. So Moses, who knocked in the first run of the game, and Mahtomedi's only run so far with an RBI single. Down the right field line, a long run, Ouellette, and he got it! great catch in foul ground. Ouellette able to track that one down. He got a great jump and makes a dynamite catch here. He was nearing the wall area there too, but he stayed with it and makes the catch. Kind of a bonus out there, really, if you're Kuznia on the Falcons. So for the Zephyrs in the third, no runs, no hits, and no one left on base. After 3, it is 1-1.
Savings Man here with a story for you about 2 young spenders named Tommy and Sue. Their parents let them buy whatever they chose, like video games and designer clothes. As they grew older, they spent all their pay on fancy cars, houses, 2 lattes a day. They lived in the moment, never saving a dime. When they tried to retire, they'd run out of time. Working forever is Tom and Sue's fate, so choose to save now before it's too late. Visit our website to find out more, 'cause a happy ending's worth saving for.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
1-1 tie here as we head to the 4th inning here at CHS Field. Matt Bachmeyer leading it off here for Armstrong against Sean Jelly. And if you're just tuning in and saying, wow, that guy looks tall, Jelly 6'11", righty for the Zephyrs. Bachmeyer squaring and takes a strike. He grounded to second, and a phenomenal defensive play by Trevor Moses, the second baseman for Mahtomedi, and a bad hop, although our replay seemed to indicate that Bachmeyer had actually beaten it, but it goes down, of course, as a ground out. Taken up high there. 3-1 count now to Bachmeyer. Jelly has walked 1 and hit 1 so far. Also struck out 4. And now is walk 2. Bachmeyer leading off the 4th with a walk. And Kuznia will be the hitter for Armstrong. Fires to first. Jelly has 1 pickoff in this game, but that was at second as he got Wibben to end the 2nd inning. Kuznia trying to bunt and bunts it foul. Not really a textbook technique there for Kuznia. He seemed to be indecisive and kind of stabbed at it. Throw to first again, and it was a very taggable throw, if you will, there, right on the leg of the base runner, but back in safely is Bachmeyer. And that one catches the outside corner. So 0-2 here to Kuznia. I'm feeling Armstrong would like to get some things started on the bases, but even at his height, Jelly's been pretty quick to the plate. Does a good job of, stepping quickly to home, although without screwing up his motion. That's the one thing you don't want your guy to do. 1-2 count, and he'll throw to first again. to third. Going to be a tough play. Way across the diamond, and they get the out. Nice job. Runner moves up, but Polzin makes a very good defensive play right there for Mahtomedi. This ball right down the line, about a foot from the bag, steps into foul ground and comes up throwing. And he gets Kuznia. So Wibben will hit now with a runner at second and one out. If you're Armstrong there, you know, you're happy that you got the runner over, but you're thinking that that one was close to being 2 on with no out, if not for that good play by Polzin. Wibben slicing it foul and out of play. He had the first hit of the ball game for Armstrong, that single to right field in the second. Stole a base and then got picked off second, got caught in a rundown. You see, I'm assuming that's where he got that mighty scrape on his right forearm and elbow area there. Wibben a chance to give the Falcons a lead here if he could deliver a base hit. And Jelly coming high and tight at 89 miles an hour. Gets away, and a late try for third, and safe. Bachmeyer pretty fortunate there. He got a very late start, but it wasn't a particularly good throw from Noel here. Otherwise, he was going to be out easily. As it was still a very close play. If that throw is on the money, he would have been easily out. It ends up actually, yeah, Polzin did not hang on to it, and ultimately in the end there anyway. 1-2 pitch, and Wibben is caught looking for strike 3. I'm sure it looked like maybe he didn't get the pitch he was expecting there, because this one certainly appeared to be a strike. Well, at least close enough on the outside corner there. So 2 gone, and McDonough will hit. Outside there for ball 1. McDonough grounded to short, but drove in a run in the second inning. And now 1-1. Cut and a miss. McDonough, one of 5 Falcons who were on that Plymouth New Hope Little League World Series team. It's hard to believe it was that long ago again, or already, that these guys are to the age they are now. And one and 2 pitch. Jelly trying to work out of trouble here with a runner at third and 2 outs. And he will step off here. Runs have been hard to come by in the first round of this 3A tournament. Pitching is dominated, and there's a swing and a miss by McDonough as Jelly gets another strikeout. Armstrong threatens but doesn't score in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We head to the bottom of 4 here. It is Armstrong 1 and Mahtomedi 1.
What are you doing, dear?
My finances. Every week I divide my allowance. Some to spend, some to charity. But the first thing I do is set aside 10% to save for my future.
That's awfully grown up. Did you learn that in school?
No, Dad taught me. He said if you want something tomorrow, you have to save today. Dad's saving for retirement. I'm saving for a new bike.
Choose to save. To learn how to get started, get your free Power to Choose brochure.
He's a smart man, your father.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
A lot of activity around the ballpark and not just on the field. There's some area out there behind the left field fence for the kids to work off some energy out there too. So 1-1 our score as we go to the bottom of the fourth. The 4, 5, 6 hitters will step up for Mahtomedi. As Sean Noel, the catcher, will step in to lead it off against Jordan Kuznia. Starts him with a beautiful curveball there for strike one. That one's outside. Noel reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. As Bachmeyer threw to second to get a force play. Gotta be careful on the carom even that time on a foul ball as it drops into the stands from way up high. 1-2 count. And lifted out to center field. Wibben coming on, and he will make the catch in short left center. And one out here in the fourth. Alex Stone will bat now for Mahtomedi. Stone struck out his first time up against Kuznia. Jordan has fanned 4 so far. Hit to right field. Ouellette camping underneath that one and makes the catch for out number 2. Peterson, the DH, will step in here for Mahtomedi now. He took a call, third strike, his first time up. Back up the middle. That one will be through for a base hit. So Mahtomedi, just their second hit of the ball game. As Peterson grounding it hard back over the mound. And Polzin will step in now. Both teams, couple of base hits in the ball game. Stat line's looking pretty similar really across the board. And that one's fouling out of play down the right field line. And strike 2. Kuznia seems to have settled into a good rhythm here. The beginning of the game, you know, it kind of probably startled him a little bit. He gave up a walk, then a sacrifice bunt, and then a quick single to knock in a run. But has pitched very well since. Called third strike on the outside corner. I don't think Polzin agreed, but Kuznia gets the strikeout. Zephyrs in the fourth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We have played 4 innings. Runs hard to come by here. It's 1-1.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
We head to inning number 5 now. The Armstrong Falcons will have the 8, 9, and 1 spots coming up against Sean Jelly, the Zephyrs righty. Mitchell Verbaten will step in to lead things off. He was hit by a pitch in his first at bat, which looked a little scary at first. It was coming up and in at him and hit him, looked like on the back of the arm. Takes a strike here. And swings and misses there at a pitch down. 0-2 now. And in on the hands and just barely got a piece of that one. Armstrong has had runners in every inning except the first, but just the 1 run so far. Like I said, kind of similar for both teams. They've not had a lot of hard hit balls by any means for either side. And this one's not very hard hit. Right back to Jelly. He'll flip to first base. And 1 gone here in the 5th. And John Nelson will be the hitter for the Falcons. Nelson grounded to second base his first time up, 0 for 1 here this evening. Looks at ball 1. And that one bounces around. 2-0 count. There's a strike. Nelson taking all the way there, looked like 2-1. Fouls that fastball back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To center field, but it's going to hang up long enough to be caught there by Mooster. So Nelson hits the ball relatively well there, but lining out to center. So Gilbert will hit now for the Falcons. Gilbert's had a tough night. Not only has he struck out twice, but he's gone down in a hurry both times. He has looked a little overmatched so far in his first 2 at-bats. Looking to change that here. He's been one of the Falcons' better hitters this season. One 1-0 count here. Squares around as if to bunt and takes a strike. That one's low. 2-1. Strike 2. Kelly's 2-2 pitch. Lifted out to short center. Mooster coming in and makes the catch. So a 1-2-3 5th inning work by Jelly for the Falcons. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied up at 1 here on 12 Sports.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
1-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here. Mahtomedi trying to get something going against Falcons left-hander Jordan Kuznia. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 slots. Gibson will lead it off here. The shortstop, Grant Gibson, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. Both teams just really looking to try and string a couple of good at-bats together here. They've just kind of had hit and miss for getting base runners for both clubs, and thus we're just tied up at 1. Through the first 3 games, we've had a total of 9 runs scored between all 3 of those games, so not a surprise to see a pitcher's duel here. 2 shutouts out of the first 3 games, and then the first game was 3-2 Northfield over Moundsview. Cut and a miss there by Gibson. 2-2 count. And a little pop-up that's going to get into the bleachers. Side and low with that one, so the count will run full here now to Gibson. Obviously, if you're Kuznia, you really prefer not to walk the leadoff hitter and not to walk the number 8 batter in the lineup either. And that one hits him again. Gibson, oh, wait a minute. They might be telling him that they might be saying, no, it looks like he is going to be granted first. I thought for a moment he really kind of almost looked like he was trying to lean into that one a little bit. Nah, I guess it just hit him on the shoulder. There's a kind of a common misconception that you have to make some extraordinary effort to get out of the way of the ball. You do not, and it got him on the shoulder there, but he at first I thought maybe he had leaned into it. He didn't. That wasn't the case. So the umpire, the runner stopped for just a second, which made me wonder if they were going to call him back and say that was just a ball. So Neal hitting with a runner at first and nobody out. Kuznia flipping over to first. Neal bounced to Bachmeyer, the third baseman, his first time up. Bachmeyer way in on the grass, anticipating bunt here. Squared around, but took it for a ball. Yeah, really, when you consider the situation, 1-1 game, nobody out, number 9 hitter at the plate, it would seemingly be a tailor-made bunt situation here. Let's see if that's what the Zephyrs are thinking. And takes it for a strike. One-two, and he bunts it anyway, right at Bachmeyer. He'll throw to first base for the out. And Gibson, as he rounded second, started to spin his wheels a little bit and fell, and he was relieved to be able to get back in. So they do go with the 2-strike bunt and get him over, and Zach Taylor will hit now with 1 out and a runner in scoring position here for the Zephyrs as they try and break a 1-1 deadlock. Taylor scored the Zephyrs run after walking in the first. Taken for ball one. And that one's over for a strike. 1-1 count now to Taylor. Last time around he struck out. Liner into left field for a base hit. Coach Hargrove's going to send him. Here comes the throw to the plate, and Nelson applies the tag. He is out. Strong throw made by Gilbert. Bit of a gamble. This one was hit hard, but considering the situation, hard to fault him for sending him. You're saying, okay, make a play, and you see, though, he was just getting to third as Gilbert came up throwing. Good catch by Nelson, too. A little bit of a short hop, and they get the out. So Taylor a single. He advances to second on the throw in. Gibson cut down 7-2 on the play for out number 2. And Sam Mooster will be the batter here for Mahtomedi. Zephyrs making a bid to take the lead there, but Gilbert fielding his position well, comes up throwing, and ball beat him to the plate rather easily. The only question was whether it was going to be too tough of a hop for the catcher Nelson to handle, but he did a good job. And that one high and in and gets away, and the runner's going to move up. So Taylor will wind up at third. I was just going to say it was a good alert base running by him to advance to second on that throw to the plate. Ruled a wild pitch there. And Mooster slicing it foul back into the screen. So Kuznia trying to get out of trouble here. Runner at third. 2 outs. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes he goes, and Jordan Kuznia gets out of it for Mahtomedi in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We have completed 5 innings full here at CHS Field and still tied up at 1-1.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Oh dear, I can't afford that.
Charge it. You can pay it off later.
Not so fast, credit card guy.
Savings Man.
Don't let him entice you, ma'am. Credit card guy can lead you to big trouble. You need a savings plan.
You're right, Savings Man.
Get this ballpark estimate worksheet at choosetosave.org. It will help you get started.
Gee, thanks, Savings Man.
No, thank you.
So visit choosetosave.org and get your ballpark estimate today.
Sun setting here in St. Paul as we head to the 6th inning. Josh Thorpe will lead it off for Armstrong against John Jelly, the Zephyrs right-hander, as Jelly and Kuznia have battled here, and 1 run apiece so far. Thorpe 1 for 2 in the game up to this point, and a bouncer foul down the third base line. He struck out in the 1st inning, and then in the 3rd he ended up with something you don't see often, really, an infield double, as he hit one to the left side that looked like the shortstop Gibson was going to be lined up to be able to make a play on him, although not necessarily an easy play. But Polzin, the third baseman, cut in front to try and field it, and he knocked it away. They ruled it a base hit, and Thorpe alertly dug and got second on the play as it kind of caromed off the glove and into short left field. See, Thorpe hit that one quite a ways, but also very foul. 0-2 pitch, and swings and misses at the high fastball, and Thorpe is fanned for the second time tonight. 7 strikeouts for Jelly. Confident enough in his stuff that he doesn't necessarily feel like he needs to waste one. You know, when you get to 2 strikes, he's kind of going after him. Ouellette, who is 0 for 2, fly to left field his last time up after striking out in the first. Made a very nice catch and foul ground to end an inning here earlier in the third, as he tracked one down on the run, kind of spilling on the warning track. There's a strike, 1-1. I think a relatively generous strike zone too for both guys. They are very good pitchers as it is, and hasn't had to be right down the heart for it to be called a strike here tonight too. 2-1 count to Ouellette as he tries to get something started with 1 out here for Armstrong in the 6th, and slaps it into left field for a base hit. Ouellette taking a big turn, and the throw comes through, but right to the first baseman. So Ouellette reaching out, slapping one into left field, and he runs aggressively here too. I'm trying to make him think, I'm going to take 2 if you're not coming up throwing. And as it turned out, the throw sailed by, but fortunately and alertly backed up there. So Bachmeier bats with Ouellette at first base and 1 out. Ouellette, a guy that definitely capable of stealing a bag, and Jelly has been pretty paid quite a bit of attention to the base runners over there. Hasn't hesitated to throw. Here's one in the dirt, and that's going to advance Ouellette. He will move up on the wild pitch, and Bachmeier, a good RBI opportunity here now for the Falcons. Matt, ground out and a walk so far, 0 for 1. Looks at that one. Here's a liner into left center. That'll be down for a hit, and Armstrong will take the lead. Ouellette in to score. It's 2-1 Falcons. Their fans pumped up as Bachmeier delivers. Solid liner into left center, and Ouellette, you know, a fortunate one too that you know that it's not going to be caught right away, so he could score easily. Bachmeier is going to be run for by Worden here, but gets a good hand as he comes to the bench from his teammates and the Armstrong fans, as that's a huge hit. Falcons now lead it 2-1. Kuznia will be the batter here for Armstrong. Well, that wild pitch turned out to be a big one too, as it advanced Ouellette from first to second and unable to score on that single. We got 2 different guys tying their shoes. Worden, the base runner, and also the shortstop Gibson was taking advantage of the opportunity as well. Kuznia looks at a strike. So Armstrong is taking the lead for the first time, breaking that long-standing 1-1 deadlock with the RBI single by Bachmeyer. Up high with that one. Kuznia squaring around, and the pitch was down at his feet there and danced out of the way. 2 balls and a strike. Kuznia wants him to go through the signs again. And pushing a bunt. Jelly off the mound, fires to first. They get the out. But advancing over to second on the play is Worden. And Jack Wibben will bat now for Armstrong. 2 outs, but a runner into scoring position. They've already taken the lead and would dearly love to add at least one more here. Wibben 1 for 2. He had a single in the second and then took a called third strike in the fourth. There's a strike. And down low, 1-1 now to Jack Wibben. Runner is going again. They have him picked off, and the tag is applied. Worden picked off at third. And the inning comes to an end. However, Armstrong takes the lead. 1 run on a couple of base hits. No errors and no one left on. We'll go to the bottom of 6. It's 2-1 Falcons.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills 1 person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Lights taking full effect here now at CHS Field on a gorgeous June night. 2-1 Armstrong. Couple more innings for Mahtomedi to try and catch up now. We stayed at 1-1 since the second as the pitchers were effective all the way through, but Armstrong coming up, getting a little bit of an inning going there in the 6th after Ouellette singled. He advanced on a wild pitch, and then Matt Bachmeyer singled him in. So Kuznia now given a lead to protect. He'll be facing the heart of the order for Mahtomedi here in the 6th, though. Moses, Noel, and Stone, the 3, 4, 5 hitters, getting set to step in. Moses 1 for 2, had an RBI single in the first, fouled out to right on that nice catch by Ouellette in the third. Breaking ball pounded to third. Bachmeyer up with it. Throw was a little wide, but the tag applied by McDonough. Solid job at first base by McDonough as Bachmeyer's throw was a little bit up the line. And you'll see the tag applied right there. Got him on the hip. Well, and the thing is, even if Moses didn't think he'd been tagged, which he was, he ends up skidding past the bag way into fair territory. He was going to be an easy tag out from there anyway, even if he had been safe. So Sean Noel, the batter. Down to second. Reed up with it and throws the first. 2 gone. Exactly what the doctor ordered if you're Kuznia and the Falcons right here. After you score that run, he quickly comes and gets the first 2 guys. You don't want to give Mahtomedi any life here to get a rally going. So Stone will hit now. He had a strikeout in the first and a fly to right field in the fourth. 0 for 2. And first pitch fouls that one away off the end of the bat. And here's a hard liner in the right center, and that'll be in for a hit. So a 2-out runner for the Zephyrs as Stone comes through with a single. And Peterson will bat now for Mahtomedi. Peterson took a called third strike in the second. He singled in the fourth. Taken for a ball outside. And popped up. Verbatim, the shortstop, calling, and will make the catch at the back of the mound, and the inning is over. Mahtomedi in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We go to inning number 7. Armstrong protecting a 2-1 lead.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Sean Jelly completing his warm-up tosses here for the 7th for Mahtomedi. His job to hold the Falcons where they're at 2 runs and see if his team can come back in the bottom of the 7th. He'll be facing Wibben, McDonough, and Verbatim, the scheduled hitters, the 6, 7, 8 batters for Armstrong. As last inning, Armstrong got that go-ahead run against Jelly. Wibben back up there at the plate after his teammate Worden was picked off, trying to steal third, really. He took off early and Jelly stepped off and ended up getting him. Wibben slicing it foul and out of play down the right field side. That one again, off, driving it way out of play. 88 miles per hour they show on the stadium. Hard to say, you know, radar gun's a little bit different, but that's impressive for this late in the game. And just fights that one off. And the 0-2 again is in the dirt this time. Armstrong's got Lance Kildee loosening in the pen. I doubt that they would start the 7th with him, but you never know. He came on to relieve Wibben and pitch the 7th of their section championship game. Haven't really seen any signs that Kuznia needs to come out, but good idea to have Kildee ready in case of trouble, or maybe he will start the 7th. We'll see. And that one inside. Jelly wanted that pitch, but didn't quite get it. So now the count running full to Wibben, the center fielder for Armstrong. Pounded to second. 1 out. Jack McDonough will be the batter here for Armstrong. McDonough grounded out to drive in a run in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th. Looks at ball 1. That one over the outside corner, 1-1. I think both teams realized that it probably wasn't going to be easy to score runs facing good pitchers that they are seeing. And foul down the third base line, and Armstrong able to take advantage in that top of the 6th. Single, wild pitch, and then RBI single by Bachmeier. We'll see if that'll be enough to hold up. Little tapper, and nice play by Jelly to snare that one with the glove. McDonough out on a check swing bouncer back to the pitcher, 2 outs. And we're going to see a pinch hitter for Armstrong as Jarek Kuznia will bat in place of Verbatim here. Kuznia has kind of been a pinch hitting specialist for Armstrong here in the playoff time, a younger brother of the pitcher Jordan. One and 0 count here to Kuznia. And that one is low, and it looked like it might have crossed up the catcher Noel a little bit, and maybe hurt a little bit. Umpire cleaning that plate off, trying to give him a little extra time to recover. Just seemed to hit him awkwardly there. There's the strike. And ball 3 now, 3-1. Jelly looking a little bit frustrated out there right now. So in danger of walking Kuznia with a 3-1 count here. And that one's over the outside corner, so 3-2. And fouls that fastball straight back. Full count pitch here to the pinch hitter Jarek Kuznia, and he lifts it out to right field, easily playable there. And the Falcons are done quickly in the 7th. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We'll go to the bottom of 7. Armstrong 2, Mahtomedi 1.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Jordan Kuznia trying to protect a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th here. State Tournament Baseball on 12 Sports Class 3A quarterfinals. All the previous games have been close ones as well, and this one follows suit. It'll be Polzin leading it off, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Mahtomedi, as Kuznia tries to nail down his 8th win of the year. Wicked foul toward the Zephyrs dugout there by Polzin. He has struck out both of his first times up, so the Zephyrs showing some confidence in give him another opportunity here to start the 7th. There's a strike. Kuznia worked very quickly in that 6th inning. Gave up 1 hit in the inning, but comebacker here. Kuznia fields it. 1 out. Got the 1 hopper there, and Kuznia, no trouble, was going to take his time and make the play. So Grant Gibson will bat now, and Kuznia probably thinking, I don't want to throw him anything inside. He has been hit by pitches twice. There's a strike. Gibson trying to claim that one hit him on the arm, but it was over the plate. And outside with that one. Gibson talking with the umpire a little bit here. I'm wondering if the umpire is not saying, I remember last time you were kind of somewhat leaning in, and I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. That one is high and tight, 2-1. Fouls it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Had a big cut. The 2-2 is outside. 3-2 count now to Gibson. And he strikes him out. 2 outs. Gibson swinging and missing at a high fastball there. And Mike Neal will be the hitter for the Zephyrs. Up around the letters, got him to chase a little bit. Probably would have been a ball, but Neal fouls the first pitch out of play. He's at a bounce out to third and then a sacrifice. 0 for 1 officially. Final hope here for the Zephyrs. Curveball missing wide. Swings and misses, and now 1 strike. Needed for Armstrong to seal up their first ever state tournament win. In the first round, that is. There it is. Kuznia strikes out Neal, and pitches a 1-2-3 seventh inning. And for the first time in 5 tries, Armstrong wins in the quarterfinal round at the state tournament. Kuznia pitching an outstanding ball game for the Falcons as he shuts down the Zephyrs on 4 hits. Eight strikeouts in the game as he out-duels Jelly in a matchup of all Metro pitchers. And Armstrong will defeat Mahtomedi 2-1 to move into the semifinals, where they will face Chanhassen on Saturday afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's ball game here from beautiful CHS Field, and it was a good one for the Falcons. Our final score, Armstrong 2, Mahtomedi 1. For all of our 12 Sports crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. So long from St. Paul.